What's good? What's good? Welcome to the Epic Entertainment Critics. I am Antoine.
And I'm still James.
And we're here to bring you an epic movie review on The Protégé, starring, starring Maggie Q and Samuel L. Jackson and Michael Keaton.
Yes.
But before we do our review, we have an intro. Okay, The Protégé, starring starring Maggie Q and Samuel Jackson and Michael Keaton. But anyway, The Protégé is your standard action assassin movie.
I couldn't put it better myself.
Man, look, the movie wasn't bad for what it was. I give it that. It wasn't bad for what it was, but what it was a bag of cliches mixed in a pot, put it together, and bam, there you go. Got you. Got you a little project. Got you a
Can't
movie.
argue on that one. I mean, and it's one of those things, right, where it's like cliches aren't always bad. You know,
but cliches for these movies.
Cliches for these movies, yeah.
So they pick their cliches.
Yes, yes. You know, so it's like it's one of those things where you go in knowing what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
And you're almost surprised to get exactly what you expected.
I had a couple of surprises because there's some things they did well. So I'm not here to just to bash this movie. Some things they did well, but then when they surprised me, they immediately took it away with some dumb shit. So, man, look, let's watch this trailer for The Protégé and get a look at what this movie's about, and then we'll be back with our full review. The trailer before the trailer. I hate that.
Most people are good. Some people are bad. But you're the rare gift. So get in and get out. You can always think on your feet anyway.
Not so much tonight.
We sent away so many prematurely. Either by my hand or through you.
We never sent anyone away who didn't have it coming. But we all have to pay for our sins eventually.
Meet you downstairs in the bar and her. Your rolled up sleeves in your skull t-shirt. You say why
She's not gonna run. She's gonna lick her wounds, and she's coming after us.
and sniff me out like I was Tanqueray.
Someone killed a friend of mine because of a contract he completed years ago.
Oh, yeah?
You could be answers, probably the last thing you ever say.
Why don't you just consider it a mystery best left unsolved?
You know that I'm no good.
You keep this up, you're gonna die.
I just wanted to end their life. And anyone standing in my way.
You're intrigued by her. Curious.
Give us bad manners.
No. I'd really like to see you again, under different circumstances.
These are the best circumstances you'll ever see me in.
Okay, that was The Protégé. Got you got you some action there, got
Yeah.
you some suspense, some drama, some romance.
Yeah, surprisingly enough.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna give them that. I felt something between those two.
I felt that chemistry. I will say that because usually, especially in this genre,
Yeah,
that chemistry is usually so forced.
yeah, it's just forced.
Yeah. But like, I felt that there was something there between these two.
Yeah, what the two we talking about is Michael Keaton and Maggie Q, where basically the plot. Maggie Q is a hit man. Yeah, she's. I'm about to say hitman's assistant, but I guess she's also a hitman.
Yeah.
They hit
She's
together.
The protege of a hitman.
Yeah. So anyway, which is like, why is she doing this? And she got a lucrative business selling books. You kind of wonder, did she do this for kicks?
Like there's a scene where she like someone comes in to buy a book. So how much will that run me? Oh, just about $250,000.
I'm like, if you got books that's worth that much just sitting in that
Just
shelf
sitting.
behind the glass, you got a little lock. Why you got that lock? Just break the glass.
So, like, imagine the stuff she keeps in the safe.
Well, I'm just saying, all that together, like, wait, so you got a couple $1 million just sitting here, huh?
Yeah, just sitting.
Anyway, so
That's my
by
dream
day
right there,
she's a bookstore owner. By night, she's a cold-blooded assassin. For
Like I tend to hate that juxtaposition. Where
yeah,
it's like
they always got to have a double
they
life.
always gotta have a double life, and it's like it's always the most serene, unassuming
Yeah.
daytime job.
Yeah.
And it's like it'll be like, oh, I sell bonsai trees.
Yeah, right. Something that relaxes them.
Yeah. And it's like, and then like they just talk to people like they're normal, and then like they'll be cleaning blood off of a knife they thought
Yeah,
they had already
yep,
cleaned. It's like,
yep.
yeah, so negotiations were intense.
Yeah.
like come on, man.
Always vaguely say stuff, but it
Yeah.
really was a big shootout or something.
Yeah.
So okay, the way they play these movies, something goes wrong or whatever. Somebody's taking out her team because she also got people to get information for her or whatever, and so somebody's taking out her team. As you see on the trailer, Samuel Jackson didn't make it that far or whatever.
Yeah.
So her whole thing now is I want revenge for the people who killed my associates.
Yeah.
So that's her motivation. And then it gets a little tricky from there because it turns into some other stuff.
Yeah, it's because like there's a lot of intrigue involved in this plot.
Yeah.
And so finding out who knows what there is to know and getting at the people involved.
And I'm thinking they could have just left it at a revenge
Yep.
and just is like left it at that, simple.
Yeah.
But they tried to get complicated.
And like that's always the death of these films. Is like somebody had a quote unquote cool idea
Yeah.
and they couldn't put it down.
Yeah. So so she's going off for revenge, but then she meet Michael Keaton, which is he's kind of like her equal, right? Because he's interesting. He's basically working for her target, but he's so charming and charismatic. He seemed like he could have been James Bond.
You know what it is? If Bruce Wayne and Batman were actually the same persona, they'd be Michael Keaton in this movie.
Hey, I'm telling you what, Michael Keaton was a cool ass dude in this movie.
Like this movie was him getting back in shape to play Batman. This movie was him saying, "You know, I can play James Bond, right?" Like,
Yeah.
like suave and debonair,
Right.
but also charming and unassuming.
Like every time he say something, every comeback he make is real witty. You know,
Yeah.
it's like.
But he's also like not like a convoluted person. Like he just lays it out there. You know?
Right, because we got the henchman that's on his side that's just straight take her out,
Yeah.
And then he like, no, let me talk to her. No,
Yeah.
let me do this. Let me do
here's the
that.
situation. I get what you're after. This is what
Yeah.
we need to happen. So you see, these two things ain't gonna work. So we need to find some kind of like,
Right.
if you ain't gonna go away, we gonna have to put you away.
But so we bring in this. I don't know this actor name. What's the black dude name?
I don't know.
But I was gonna say we
He-
bring
like,
in this other.
like I took away his name privileges.
And the reason why I bring him up is because he's kind of like he's
He-
also
you know what? He's number 2 from Austin Powers.
he's number 2 for the boss, right?
Yeah.
And he's an idiot. But I bring him up because so I was talking about the scene he had. They had the scene in there to make it look like. Oh, matter of fact, this trailer made it look like he was somebody important. Where the hell is that damn scene?
I think it's before that one, maybe.
When he's oh yeah,
Yeah.
like he's lighting a cigar, talking all this stuff. I don't know why I can't find it.
You should be just on top of it.
Okay.
Run. She's gonna lick her wounds, and she's coming after us.
And sniff me out like I was
Well,
sick.
the point. Let's see. The point is, they had the scene. Here we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
They got him looking like he's so in
Friend of mine
charge.
Because of a contract he completed years ago.
Oh yeah?
I'm thinking he the boss,
Yeah.
especially when you see this trailer.
Like,
No, he number 2.
and like they show you him multiple times, so it's like you think he's gonna be the one that she eventually has to get to.
Right,
and
right,
take care
right.
of.
No, even when he like, oh yeah, this my lawyer, you know, you got to go through him or whatever. So even they made it seem like he don't have a part in the scene. He's a big dumb idiot, and it kind of made me bad too because they had the scene where they made it look like he's in control of the situation and he's so cool. He knows so much more than we know.
Psych. It lasted all of 3 seconds.
Yeah, he
man.
knows so much more than we know. As soon as he's light this cigar, he's gonna enlighten everybody on why he's so cool.
Yeah.
And then immediately this happened. It just got his ass whooped.
Got his face cut open. You know, 4 of his dudes against 1 chick, and
Yeah.
none of them even land a single hit.
So, okay, in this movie, we had the action scenes were a bit cliche because it was a same old, you know, she had to escape every situation. And sometimes she escaped the situation because the henchman or the villain was so incompetent, it's not even funny. Are these professionals, or did you just get these dudes at Walmart or
Like,
something?
I swear, you know, Hinchco is not making them like they used to, man.
Yeah, so we got dudes come in and shoot up the damn place, and one person going to, they didn't confirm the kill first off, but one person seen a body laying over there and didn't even see if she was dead or nothing. It was like, yeah, we cool.
Yeah, we good. I'm gonna go call this in, all right?
Yeah. So one dude said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and confirm the kill. Let me peek my head over there. Let me peek my head over. Pow! He just got shot.
Pop, what?
These are the dumbest henchmen.
Tell me.
So,
and it's like you think it every now and again when we need to just force the plot along, we'll have the henchmen dumbed down a little bit.
yeah.
No, they on dummy mode all day.
Yeah, that kind of took away from, and then they had this same old, let's see if I can find this. I've seen this in so many action movies where she grabbed a fire hose
Oh,
and
yeah.
go down on the fire hose.
I hate that.
And then, you know, and another thing, I'm looking like, that's going to yank her back up when she get to the ground. But
It's not even that. It's not even that. When she gets to the end of that hose, her arm should be wrenched out of socket.
Right. She did that with very little effort.
Like I guess whatever harness they had her on for the scene, like it just
Right, I know.
it just
They
like,
can make it happen
It
with-
just lightly descends, catches, bounces her up, and then she drops.
It lightly descends. You're right.
Yeah.
Mind you, gravity ain't light.
No.
She gonna come down full force, and then she gonna stop. Matter of fact, to stop herself from
sudden stop.
gonna yank her arm probably out of socket if she hold on.
You know, probably fracture her collarbone, maybe give her some bruised ribs.
So the good thing is I'm still alive,
yeah, exactly.
but I'm gonna be hurt.
yeah.
So
like,
I took this pain, so I live.
even after not taking any hits in the firefight before this scene, she should have been limping out of this building.
Right, but no, she
To
was
say
fine.
nothing of what happened when the second she walked out.
I'm trying to find that damn scene. Oh, here it is. Yeah, so right here, Let's see if how much they show. So of course
Use a rare
So get in and get out.
she got one arm.
Yeah. So
See-
she drops the gun to grab it with both arms at the very end. But like
Oh, she
even
did?
that, yeah. But even then, like so now you got two arms messed up.
She right. even if you make it, even if you don't lose your arm, even if you don't pull your arms out of socket, it's gonna come back up a little bit. You know that
Like-
mug just says.
I mean, it's not gonna come back like that. Those hoses aren't terribly elastic, but it's just the there's nothing easing that force off your body. That stop is a mother.
Question though, when she was falling down, was she shooting people as she was falling?
She shot as she went over the railing. I don't think she was shooting as she. Oh no,
Shooting at every floor.
who was she shooting?
Hold on, I
many
gotta
people
go
was
back.
How many people was in
I'm
that
like,
building?
hold on, you shoot people on every floor. Right there, right there, and right there. Every like, come on, man.
I don't know about all that, bro.
Just make your escape. You ain't got to be that cool.
Like,
Just make your escape.
Because also, but also, who is picking off that shot when they're free falling?
I mean, they're right. She's so good that even falling in the air, she can see the person, line up her target, shoot them, and keep falling.
Look, I don't buy it when Tom Cruise does it in Mission Impossible. I'm not gonna buy it here.
I don't think he even did nothing like that. But I mean,
he's had a couple of impossible like hip shots.
Well, I mean, okay, it's called Mission Impossible.
Yeah. But like, if I don't buy it when he does in a franchise that has built itself on accomplishing the impossible, I'm not gonna buy it here.
Right. So they didn't have to do some stuff. They was trying to be stylish, and I'm more into believable action than stylish action.
And I think I prefer it if for no other reason than it's less of a hard sell, right?
Yeah.
If you show people doing things that you know people can do,
Right.
you're done. You don't have to sell anything else.
Right. Well, see, they can do that in superhero movies because they clearly established that the person has been enhanced or they're not normal.
Right.
That is how they can do whatever they do or whatever. But when we got a normal person, you can't let them do superhuman stuff and not explain it and just say, "Oh, they just so bad. They just had so much training."
Yeah.
You know.
Because and that's one of the things, like the whole Black Widow thing, right? Where it's like she's slightly enhanced and she's heavily trained. So okay, she can pull off some stuff that maybe couldn't have been possible. But if it's just random thug number 3, they shouldn't be able to pull off superhero stuff. And unfortunately, even though she is the protagonist of the story, Maggie Q is just random henchman number 3.
Well, see, no, that's okay, but they could pull back on some of that.
That's what I'm saying.
So if they gonna have her get away with the fire hose, don't have her shooting somebody on every floor. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just went too far.
Badass.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Y'all went too far. Like, we want her to get away. We want her to be clever about it, but they making her superhuman. They gave her ninja stealth.
Yeah.
She got ninja stealth too, because as we remember, we talking about that scene where they thought they shot her, and next thing you know, she's in a car. How?
Yeah, like so to draw a comparison to John Wick, like John Wick gets back.
They always show how he get to where he at.
Yeah, but he also gets backed into corners every now and again. Like sometimes he'll lose a fight, like and have to find a workaround to get out. You know,
Right.
Homeboy in the library in chapter 3, where he busts his jaw and his nuts. You know, it's like, okay, I can't just win this fight. I gotta do something I usually don't do.
Right, yeah, he does that a lot. But
You know,
in this,
so like with this, she never seems truly out of her element.
yeah.
So like you never get the idea, oh man, that was rough for her.
Yeah, so we kind of got to go with some of the bullcrap action. Whereas, like, I like the action, but it was like sometimes they went too far.
Yeah.
Like where I was like, dude, if you just make it believable, this could work.
But like also, just from balancing, right? You show that they're a badass, and then you show the people that they're up against are at least near their level, and you go from there. You don't have to keep ramping up how badass they are.
Yeah, so they told this movie a little non-linear, where they gave us something, and then they start to slowly reveal what they didn't show in the beginning, and you kind of like me personally. I was like, they should have just showed it at the beginning. I don't showing this out of order did not help it.
Like, I'm personally not the biggest fan of that particular narrative device. If you're going like specifically because usually the way it gets played is we show a little bit of the sequence, and then at key intervals we show a little bit more, and then we show. It was more they showed us that something had happened. They never touched it again until like the final act of the movie, and they just lay everything out.
They showed the aftermath of something, but it was like, okay, by that time I had left that alone. You know, I wasn't even worried about that. But going back to it, it's like, why are we going back to this now? You know,
also like you're ruining my moment of closure in this film by rerouting the closure to a scene I already know turns out well.
Yeah. So I mean, that was some problems I had with that. And they try to do I want to say a psych out, but I say a twist or a moment where you thought something was. You thought something was. It wasn't as bad as Saw, where they just replay everything.
You know what? You're right.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. This is what actually happened. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun. But it was right under that.
It was still a cheap shot.
And I'm looking like, man, y'all, it was an okay movie, and y'all just kind of tried way too hard.
Like calling it out as, did you really think? It's like, oh, come on, don't try to act like I'm the dumbass here.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, because effectively when the movie does stuff like that, they're basically saying, you dummy, did you think that was really going to happen?
Right.
Like,
So the twist was like, why? Because everything was leading to nowhere. Yeah. You know, and I don't want to ruin the plot. I mean, I don't want to spoil anything, but it got to the point where her motivation was just like, what's the point? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why are you even doing this now?
And you know what? And then like even once all the reveals are out in the open, it's like, I don't know why anyone is doing anything.
Right. It's like,
no one has an MO.
Yeah, all right. It's like none of this is like, why are we even here right now? We should just kept it at a simple revenge flick, like, and I would have been cool with
this. This is one of those rare movies where I had to say none of this had to happen.
Yeah, it didn't. But I say the bright spot of this movie was Michael Keaton. Yeah, I feel more confident about seeing him being in that Batman, the Flash as old Batman. Yeah, I'm feeling way more confident about him being Batman because I'm like, shit, he Bruce Wayne in this movie.
Yeah, he's absolutely Bruce Wayne in this movie. You know, he reciting poetry and flirting at gunpoint.
Cool. It was a cool ass older guy. Yeah. Like hella cool. Like I can see him pulling her.
I want to know this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like
I didn't want to see like where you'll see the older actor that she wanted to be with him because it's my movie. Yeah, exactly. You know, but I would believe that she'll be into this dude. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
He's got that magnetism.
Right. So they made it believable. So I was cool with that. But alas, the rest of the movie got in the way.
Yeah.
I did, like I said, I liked the Michael Keaton scenes, and they had chemistry.
Yeah.
But
Maggie Q did a damn fine job playing her character, so I can't complain about that.
I ain't have nothing like I had no problems with her acting. It was where the plot, where the script was going. It's like
you're right.
I'm struggling between a whack and all right. For this movie though, for this kind of movie, this is all right. For these action movies, because they all about on this level, and they always try too hard to give us a different plot with something, and it's always just flat.
And that's kind of the weakness of like trope films, where it's like when you're deep in your genre, whether it be horror or suspense or action, it's like we gotta find some way to be different. We gotta come up with something new, with some twist. And it's like,
but they always end up in the same places.
They always end up in the same. You know, and I'm a big fan of, if all you've got is a dumb action movie, make a dumb action movie.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm gonna give it all right. I was thinking about giving a whack, but I think they did enough to get out of the whack territory, but they didn't do enough to go beyond a very low all right. So that's my rating. It was just all right. What you get?
You know what? Michael Keaton alone makes me want to give this at least an eye.
It should have just been his movie.
Like, because I can, like, if they want to give him a spinoff where they show how he got to that position, I'll watch that movie.
I'll be
all
down
day.
for that, or his further adventures.
Yeah, like this, I'll watch Michael Rembrandt.
Yeah, Michael Rembrandt.
I would love.
He was a cool ass dude.
Yeah.
I'll put two in the back of your head, go make a sandwich. Like stuff like that's like,
man,
he sell it.
like I love it. He makes me want to give this a dope. I give Michael Keaton an epic for this movie. The movie though, like you said, it's so tempting to give it a whack because it lets you down in so many places.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, that's what I'm gonna give it. I think I'm gonna have to get, because like this isn't a movie I can rewatch. Like I'll rewatch like Michael Keaton's clips of him from this movie on YouTube. I don't think I'm gonna be rewatching this film, despite the fact that everyone in the movie did their job.
Yeah.
The script just let them all down.
Let them down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree, man. It's like I gave it all right because I feel like out of all these action movies, it at least was serviceable.
I'd even go so far as to say I'm giving it a whack because of the insult of how deeply the plot let the movie down. Because they did their every. You know what? I shouldn't, but I'm gonna bump this up to an all right, just because no one on camera.
With a pinky finger.
Yeah, just by the very edge, like
pinky nail.
Yeah, because everybody did their job on this film except the writers.
Yeah. Well, there you have it. Protégé should have been on Netflix.
Yep.
Probably would have got a higher rating if it was on Netflix, but y'all made us go to the movies.
Yeah.
You get a little harsher.
Yeah. Especially 2021, man. We've been through some stuff, man.
Yeah, so all right. So that is our review for Protégé. Starring Maggie Q and Samuel Jackson and Michael Keaton. Please subscribe to the channel if you like our videos, and hit the bell icon so you get alerts every time we post new videos or if we live stream.
And don't forget, if you like what you've seen here today, drop a nice thumbs up. Let us know that we're doing something right. And drop a comment down below if you've seen this movie and like to share your thoughts.
Yes, we out here.
Peace.
Peace.